Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to Aquatic Ballpark. It is a beautiful day for baseball today. It is the first grade game between the Manly Eagles and the visiting Penrith Panthers. Manly with a 10-win, 11-loss, 1-draw record, currently setting 5th on the standings. Penrith 6 wins, 18 losses, but it certainly doesn't reflect how well they have played this year. Coaches currently at the plate meeting. Your umpires today, Billy Green on the plate and Nick Glasbrook in the field. Visiting coach Ray Tozer and your Manly Eagles manager Massa Endo, fresh off 2 innings of work as the starting pitcher in the second grade game. Manly getting the win 7-0 in that one. Your visiting team lineup, the Penrith Panthers. Leading off is Lachlan McCarthy. He'll play third base, moving over from shortstop from Wednesday night. James Sammies comes in from first base and he'll get the catching duties. Alex Johnston will start on the mound for the Panthers and hit in the 3-hole. Kean Howard will play second base. Dennis Nova will play shortstop in this Wednesday night's game. Sean Washington will be at centre field. Nathan Skinner in left field. Ray Tozer at first base. And Paul Riddle will bat 9 and play 9 in right field. Manly Eagles lineup. First Sunday game or first weekend game of 2020. Jalen Ray will lead things off playing shortstop. Treg Habercorn in centre field. Connor McDonald at first base. Ronnie Van Busen gets the designated hitter duties in the cleanup spot today. Jules Kremer gets the start behind the dish. Yoshi Umezawa will play shortstop. No, Yoshi Umezawa will play second base. Gabriel Matto in right field. Tom Newbold at third base. And Josh Beasley in left field. Your starting pitcher for today is number 70, Shohei Ariyama. We aren't very far away from first pitch. Manly getting the win on Wednesday night, 6-3. Come from behind effort. So Manly will be looking for early runs today and play from in front and look for their second win of 2020. The sun has been piercing through the cloud and threatening all afternoon. So hopefully it comes out and hangs around for the day. If you didn't catch the earlier games, third grade had a big 16-1 win. 15 run mercy rule. That game finishing early. And then in second grade, Manly scored the first run and picked up another 6 on the way to a 7-0 shutout win. As I mentioned, Massa Endo started the game through 2 innings. And then it was Leo Matsuo the rest of the way. 8 strikeouts. The best thing about that performance was the 0 in the walks column. And only 1 hit by pitch. So good to see Leo working things out. And hopefully that continues for the next couple of months as we head into the stretch. And into the finals early in March. So Shohei's ready to go. Lachlan McCarthy's stepping into the batter's box. And we're underway here with Shohei Ariyama firing in the first one, which has been pushed into left field by Lachlan McCarthy. And 1 pitch, 1 hit for the Panthers. Lachlan McCarthy at first base. And we're underway here at Aquatic Ballpark. So James Sammies takes the first pitch down for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. That ball hit to third base. Tom Newbold, but he can't get a handle on it. It's going to get through him. And it will be a base hit there for James Sammies. So Penrith threatening early here. 2 runners on and nobody out. Shohei Ariyama has a little bit of work to do with the Manly defence to get out of this without giving up an early run. Alex Johnson now, today's starting pitcher. And Ariyama has his first called strike of the day. He will work from in front on Alex Johnson. 396 on the season, 21 hits from 53 at-bats, 5 doubles, 2 triples and a home run. 9 RBIs on the season. And that ball in the dirt and well blocked by Jules Kremer. 1 ball and a strike. That ball down low for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike for Johnson. Big good afternoon to everyone tuning in online. Eagles Baseball Sports Network, EBSN. Our first weekend, first grade stream in 2020. And that ball hit on the ground to Jalen Ray at short. Goes to second for 1, retires Sammies and then gets Johnson at first. And just like that, there are 2 out. But they do have Lachlan McCarthy standing at third base. So Shohei Ariyama 1 pitch away. From getting out of this one, it's going to be Kean Howard. And that ball hit hard to Tom Newbold. Picks it up across the diamond and they're out of the inning. So after the top of the first inning, Tom Newbold recovers, makes the final out, and we head to the bottom of the first to Jalen Ray to lead things off for the Manly Eagles in 2020. So it'll be Jalen Ray to lead things off for the Eagles here. He flew back in from Brisbane this morning. Was up there with the Blue Sox side in their rain-shortened series. Had a couple of very important games to win up there, but unfortunately the rain beat them. And he lifts the first offering from Alex Johnson into the glove of Nathan Skinner in left field. And just as we started the game, one pitch and one hit. This time it's one pitch and one out. It'll be Treg Habercorn to hit in the 2-hole today. And he takes the first pitch from Alex Johnson down for strike one at the bottom of the zone. No balls and one strike. That one missing low, so 1 and 1, evening the count. Habercorn joining the Eagles just before the Christmas break. Snuck in 2 games against Canterbury. Picked up a triple in the Wednesday night game and a couple of RBIs. Treg's now ahead at 3 balls and 1 strike. Very much so, Jevo. Big inclusions for the Eagles today. Connor McDonald and Jalen Ray making the trip down this morning from Brisbane. As Treg Habercorn draws the 1-out walk. Both players didn't see any action up in Brisbane in the 2.5 games played. Last night's first leg of the double header was interrupted by rain in the bottom of the 5th. Brisbane were ahead 4-0 and that's the way it stayed. And then game 4 was cancelled. So Habercorn takes his lead over at first. 1 ball and a strike now on Connor McDonald. .324 on the season, 11 hits from his 34 at-bats. And Treg Habercorn has a stolen base into scoring position as that third pitch to Connor McDonald was called a strike by home plate umpire Billy Green. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Connor McDonald with an opportunity to give Manly an early lead. That ball in the dirt, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson just pulling down on that one. And swing and miss for strike 3. So it'll be 2 away. So very fortunate for the ABL's schedule to fall the way it did with the double header for the Blue Sox in Brisbane. Certainly allowed Jalen and Connor to return today. And with no make-up day scheduled, games being washed out last night didn't leave any room for those games to be played today. So they're on the first flight home. And Treg Habercorn gets himself in a bit of a pickle, but he's able to get back to second base. And Connor and Jalen will be big pieces in today's puzzle. Could have been a very different ball game against Canterbury had those two been available for us. So Rod Van Buren, 0-1. His first at bat of the day. I think he can score Havercorn from second. And he punches that into the right side. Picked up by Paul Riddle. Treg Havercorn's going to come home. Sliding without a throw. And Van Buren knocks in the first run of this ball game. RBI single into right field. And the Eagles are on the board. 2 out here in the bottom of the first. Good piece of hitting by the very experienced Rodney Van Buren. So Jules Kremer will bat here for the Eagles. And he will take the first pitch from Johnson for strike one. Kremer not totally confident it was a strike, but he will take it. Being a catcher, we want to get that for his pitcher. So 0-1 for Kremer. And that ball's in the dirt. 1 ball and a strike. Kremer fouls off the 1-1. One ball and 2 strikes now for the Dutch catcher. And a check over at first on Van Buren. And Kremer is rung up on that. Damn, I shouldn't have swung at that one. And that will be the end of the first inning. Manly scoring first. They enjoy a 1-0 lead on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. So Penrith getting a run there in the top of the second inning, courtesy of Dennis Nova. Single into left field, moved around on a couple of wild pitches, and then coming in to score. Sorry, moved around to third on the wild pitch. Jules Cremo wasn't able to find it, and then on the very next pitch was also wild, and that allowed Dennis Nova to score and tie up this ball game. Yoshio Mizama starts the bottom of the inning with a single into centre field. And it's going to bring up the Manly right fielder, Gabriel Matteau. Tom Newbold waiting on deck for the Eagles. Matteau hitting 204 on the season, 10 for 49, as he takes that offering from Alex Johnson up for ball 2. 10 runs scored, 6 RBIs, 1 double and 11 walks. So very patient hitter is Matteau. He's currently in a 2-0 roll at the moment. Swings and misses at that one. Misses the change up, so that's 2 balls and a strike. And that ball down in the dirt, well blocked by James Sams. And that pitch in on the corner for strike 2. So Alex Johnson fills up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yoshio Mizawa wants to be able to put himself into the scoring position. So Gabriel Matteau shortens up here. Fouls that one off to his manager Masa Endo in the home team coach's box. Extends the at bat. So another 3-2 pitch for Gabs Matteau. And that's down in the dirt for ball 4. So a walk there for the right fielder. So Tom Newbold steps in. None out here. Runners on first and second. Corner infielders for the Panthers playing in a little bit as Newbold shows bunt, and it's going to be a successful sack bunt for Tom Newbold. So Masa Endo resorting to the small game early, moving his runners into scoring position. So Josh Beasley takes strike 1. Couple of runners in scoring position. And that one on the knees, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here, bottom of the second. Jalen Ray waiting on deck for the Eagles. And that on the inside for ball 1. Just missing. And the curveball there from Johnson's good enough for strike 3. Josh Beasley. Striking out. Second out of this bottom of the second. That turns the lineup over for Manly's shortstop, Jalen Ray. First pitch from Alex Johnson's up for ball 1. And that's in there for strike 1. 1 ball and a strike. J Ray 462 on the season, 24 from 52. And a big swing and miss from Jay there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 18 runs scored, 13 RBIs. A very handy pair of RBIs sitting out there for him on the offering. And he swings and misses at the high curveball from Alex Johnson. Those RBIs will be stranded on base. And the Eagles will leave a pair aboard. And after 2 innings, it's Manly and Penrith locked at 1-1 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. So Paul Riddle will lead things off here in the top of the 3rd inning. His first at bat of the day. And he takes a strike from Shohei Ariyama. Getting his bat underway. And a foul ball there from Riddle. Behind 0-2. And that pitch a little bit higher from Ariyama. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That pitch just missing high as well. Riddle even in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one also missing, so Riddle's worked it all the way back. 3-2 now. And there it is on the knees to strike 3. So Ariyama able to locate the important pitch And he has the first out in the top of the third inning. Back to the top of the order for the Panthers, and it's going to be Lachlan McCarthy. He took the first pitch he saw into left field, and that pitch is called a ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. And there is his first strike there for Shohei Ariyama. Change up, pulled into foul territory, up towards the Manly bullpen, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes in favour of the Manly Eagles hurler Shohei Ariyama. That pitch high, even in the count, 2-2 now. There is a foul ball from Ariyama. So McCarthy extending his at bat. Two balls and 2 strikes for McCarthy. And that ball is in the dirt. So McCarthy filling up the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another foul there from McCarthy. Ariyama pounding the zone, making McCarthy earn his at bat here. And ball 4 for Ariyama. So it's a 1-out walk for the Panthers. Second time today. And McCarthy will reach. It's going to bring up the first baseman, James Sams. Singled to Tom Newbold in his last at bat. As Ariyama checks over at first. McCarthy 2 for 2 on stolen bases this year. Sams take the first pitch from Ariyama in the dirt for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Blonde-haired Japanese hurler. Wouldn't think you'd hear that sentence too often. And in there for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Check over at first on McCarthy. On 1 ball game. 1 ball and a strike. And 1 out here. Top of the third inning. That pitch on the knees to strike 2. So Ariyama. Head in his count now. Nice little ground ball will go a long way to finish this inning and getting the Manly bats back in action. And there's a fly ball lifted into centre field, and Treg Habercorn will come in and make the catch. That'll be the second out of the inning. So it'll be 2 out for the Penrith pitcher, Alex Johnson. That ball's fouled off over the right side. Johnson grounded into a double play in his previous at-bat. Eagles would like a ground ball or similar effect. Only needing the 1 out on this occasion. Ball in the dirt will allow Lachlan McCarthy to get up to second base. We'll just wait for a new ball here. Balls coming from everywhere. We only wanted 1 and we ended up with about 3. Moderate crowd in attendance today. Obviously the weather playing a part. And there is strike 2 for Ariyama. No balls and 2 strikes now. No, it is 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's 2 for me today. I'm still a couple of hundred behind, and ball 2 just missing inside. Thought Billy Green was about to ring him up for a second. But it is a ball, so 2 and 2 now. Ariyama 1 pitch away from ending it. And that is on the outside corner for strike 3. Jules Kremer knew it, and he's straight back into the dugout. The Eagles have come to bat in the bottom of the 3rd. It's going to be Treg Habercorn, Connor McDonald, and Rod Van Busen to try and add to the Manly tally and break this 1-1 deadlock. So Treg Habercorn for the Eagles lead things off, and right away he's in the thick of the action. It's going to drop into right field for a hit. And Treg is aboard for the second time today, this time in the way of a hit. He walked, stole and scored in the first inning. And the Eagles are aboard to start the bottom of the third inning. So Connor McDonald, strikeout victim in the first inning. He's looking to correct that here. Take advantage of this leadoff single by Treg Habercorn. Down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. And in the same spot, so 3 balls and no strikes. McDonald will wait for the 3-0 pitch. And he lifts that ball deep into left field. Nathan Skinner back for it. And it is out of here. That is a home run for Connor McDonald. A 3-0 jack. And that's a great rip by McDonald. His first one. His first one as a Manly Eagle. It's taken him 23 games, but he has got it. Great at bat by Connor McDonald. Nathan Skinner was back and back all the way to the fence. I thought he may have had a beat on it, but it gets over. Only falls about 2 feet on the other side of the left field fence, and the Manly Eagles retake the lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the third. And Rod Van Busen lifts that one into right field. Paul Riddle camps underneath it. That'll be the first out of the inning. Fly ball caught by Paul Riddle in right field. So with 1 out, we'll have the catcher, Jules Kremer. And he takes the first pitch from Johnson down for ball 1. 1-0 for Jules Kremer. That one at the knees for strike 1. Kremer, a strikeout victim in the first inning. On the pitch he wasn't happy swinging at. And that pitch will be strike 2. So Johnson ahead quickly. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The curveball fouled off and into the dugout, past the protective screen at the front of the dugout. Bremer will extend his at bat. See at least 1 more pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes for the Dutch catcher. Curveball again, fouled off. McCarthy cleaning up in foul territory. So another chance for number 47. Extending his at bat, hoping to keep the inning going. And he punches it back up the middle. Nova at short, fires across the diamond just in time. Tozer makes the grab, and that's the second out of the inning. Nice clean play by Dennis Nova at shortstop there. It's amazing what a bit of water does. Softens out the surface a little bit. Penrith record their second out of the inning, and we'll bring up the second baseman, Yoshi Umezawa. He fouls that one back and over the screen. One ball and a strike for the Manly second baseman. Another foul ball. One ball and 2 strikes. Umezawa singling into second base on the first pitch he saw to start the second inning. And that ball in the dirt for ball 2. Even in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umezawa punches that to the shortstop Nova, takes it on the backhand, throws across the diamond, but it's going to bring Ray Tozer up off the base, and Umezawa will be aboard with a single. So back-to-back singles for Umezawa. Nova just rushing his throw a little bit there, elevating it. Tozer was able to elevate himself and reduce any chance of that ball getting to the fence and preventing Umezawa from a free 90 feet. Gabs Matto will bat now, looking to extend the inning. He drew a walk in the second inning. Wasn't able to score. And that is a strike on the swing called by Billy Green. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Strike 2 there for Matto. And that ball in the dirt, so even in the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And another curveball in the dirt for Johnson. 3-2 now, filling it up. Umezawa will be on the move with the with the full count and 2 out. Matto looking at a ball 4 base hit situation. And he does exactly that, punches it into centre field. Umezawa easily at second. So it's a nice piece there by Matto. Keeps the inning going. So Tom Newbold will bat for the second time today. Was out on the stack bunt in the second inning. Rest of the lineup not able to take advantage of a 2-on, none-out situation. Let's see if Newbold can do some damage here and knock in another run or 2 for the Eagles. Matto with speed at first base. Newbold takes strike one. Matto will definitely be looking to go at least first or third from anything into a gap in the outfield. Potentially scoring if it's deep enough. And that's lifted into left field. Nathan Skinner underneath it. He'll make the catch. And that'll end the third inning, but not before the Eagles get the home run off the bat of Connor McDonald. That ball just falling over the fence. Nathan Skinner getting back for it, but it drops over the fence, over the Procar sign in left field. And it's the first home run for Connor McDonald in Manly Warringah Maroon and White. So after 3 innings, the Manly Eagles 3 lead the Penrith Panthers 1. Founded on a simple principle, Black Label Fitness only ever had one mission: make, exercise and experience. Black Label Fitness are the new kids on the block to make sure that happens. Forget the boring, monotonous workouts or plodding along on a treadmill. Exercise should never be a chore. Our trainers are born leaders and have an uncanny ability to inspire, motivate and educate, and they all have a great sense of humour, leaving you with the feeling that you can take over the world every single session. So if you're looking to make a change in your fitness regime or feel as if you need some motivation, come down to the gym at Warriewood and say hello to Adam at the team. They don't bite and will be thrilled to get you on board. Black Label Fitness, proud supporters of Manly Eagles baseball. So it'll be Keane Howard to lead things off here in the top of the 4th for the Panthers. Grounded out to Tom Newbold to finish the first inning. And he takes the first pitch from Shohei Ariyama for a strike. And strike 2 at the belt. 0-2 very quickly for Keane Howard. Top of the 4th here at Aquatic Ballpark in the dirt by Ariyama. Checked down to first base for the swing, but waved away by Nick Glasbrook. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Ariyama punches that to Jalen Ray. Picks it up, throws it across to the home run here to Connor McDonald. And that's the first out of the inning. Nice play there by Jalen Ray. So Dennis Nova takes strike 1 at the knees. No. And punches that into right field. Gabriel Matto may have had a play at first if he had attacked that a little bit more hungrily, whatever the right phrase is there. But Nova is pretty quick, so Nova is aboard, single into right field. Sean Washington Strikeout victim in the second inning. Dennis Nova is 2 for 2. Singled into left field in the second inning, leading off, and then singled here into right field off the hands. And Sean Washington's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Big swing and miss by the centre fielder. 0-2. Washington 240 on the year, 18 hits from 75 at bats, 14 runs scored. Pick-off attempt at first. Nova's down and in time. So the 0-2 pitch coming from Ariyama. Is high for ball 1. Another check down at first. Nova's down in the dirt. Washington fights off a foul, curveball from Ariyama, foul. Dennis Nova going on the pitch. He'll return to first base. And we'll see another 1-2 pitch from Shohei Ariyama. That pitch is up for ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ariyama trying to induce a false swing. Washington experienced enough to be able to hold off. And that pitch getting away from Ariyama. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Ground ball could very easily end this inning for Ariyama. Nova takes off, but it will be in vain. Washington draws the walk. 2 on and only 1 out for the Eagles. We'll bring up the left fielder, Nathan Skinner. Second walk of the game for Ariyama. Skinner struck out in his last at bat. 8 for 63 on the season. Two of those a double and 1 a home run, knocking in 8 RBIs. And fouls off the first pitch into the fence for strike 1. That ball pulled into left field. Base hit for Skinner. So Nathan loads the bases for the Panthers. It was very important for Ariyama to get a shutdown inning in this inning. But Penrith have managed to load the bases. It's going to bring up the first baseman, Ray Tozer. First pitch fouled into his foot. Nova breaking hard. Trying to shake it out and walk it off. No balls and 1 strike for the Penrith first baseman. Inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Curveball from Ariyama, lifted into right field. Gabriel Matto charging in. Big strong throw. Will be cut off by McDonald at first base. Thought Matto may have pumped the ball one too many times, but his throw looked strong enough to keep Nova at third base, and probably a good call by the Penrith base runner, as he was only halfway when that ball was cut off by McDonald. Just not shallow enough from Tozer to knock in that run. And now Paul Riddle will bat with 2 out. And that first pitch is down for ball 1. Fouled off. 1 ball and a strike now for Riddle. Don't forget, you can follow all State League games on Game Changer when you are watching the broadcast. You get up to the minute stats of all the games, season stats. You can watch the live stream on both EBSN and Game Changer. Simply jump on a Game Changer and search Manly Eagles State League. You'll find State League first, second, third grade and under 18. As Paul Riddle pushes that into right field, it's going to score 2. Have a play at the plate. Not in time. Over to third base. Thrown away by Jules Kremer. But Josh Beasley at third base will clean things up. And Penrith have tied this ball game 3-3 in the top of the 4th inning. Sean Washington was scoring from the get-go. Throw just not in time. And luckily the attempt to get another out at third didn't cost another run. It's going to turn the lineup over for Lachlan McCarthy. He's going to lift the first pitch into right field. Second baseman Yoshi Umezawa is underneath it. He'll take the catch, and that'll end the top of the 4th. Penrith get a couple. Manly not able to shut it down, and we'll head to the bottom of the inning with Josh Beasley, Jalen Ray, and Treg Habercorn due up. So Josh Beasley will get the bottom of the fourth started for the Eagles. Struck out looking in his first at bat. Wasn't able to pull the trigger. Had runners at second and third. And he's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Takes the curveball away from Johnson. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Getting a start in left field this afternoon. Ball up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's down for ball 3. So Beasley working all the way back into this count. He's drawn 6 walks on the season. And that is strike 3. Turn the lineup over. Back to the top for Jalen Ray. Three for 3 with a walk on Wednesday night. Currently 0 for 2 here tonight. And he's ahead 1-0 in this at bat. 462 on the season. 27 for 55. 18 runs, 13 RBIs, 2 doubles and 3 triples. As that ball kicks out of the dirt and into the back screen. Jalen now facing an 2-0 count. 3-0 now for Jalen. So the last time we had a 3-0 count, ball left the yard. See how much power Jalen Ray possesses. And that'll be at the knees for strike 1. So this 3-0 count. Johnson delivers a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike now. And that'll be down for ball 4. So J Ray will draw a walk. And bring up Treg Havercorn for the Eagles. Scored the first and second run of this ball game. And that pitch in for strike 1. 0-1. Treg Havercorn just finding out the exact location. And that pitch fouled off for strike 2. So Havercorn quickly in an 0-2 count. Jalen Ray standing over on first base. 0-2 for Havercorn. And he asks for time as Alex Johnson takes a little while to find the pitch he wants from his catcher James Stams, but he's got it now. And that pitch is scorched into right field. It's going to get all the way to the corner. It's going to be a long run for Paul Riddle all the way to the fence, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Treg Havercorn. And it was going to be an RBI with Jalen Ray scoring all the way from first base. Nice piece of hitting by Habercorn. Fell behind 0-2. Pulled it into the corner. It was a long run for Paul Riddle. And Manly once again have the lead in this ball game. And Ray Tozer's is going to have a quick chat with AJ. So Connor McDonald steps in with one out and a runner at second base. And the last time he saw a pitch there, got hit to the city. This time he takes it to strike one. Ball in the dirt for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he'll be looking to take advantage of this run scoring opportunity. That ball in the dirt. Curveball from Johnson. Falling short. Good clean-up work by the catcher for the Panthers, James Sams. Preventing that ball from getting to the fence, and Treg Habercorn moving up another 90 feet. So it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike from Connor Mack. And that pitch hit hard, but only as far as Sean Washington in centre field. Treg Habercorn back to second base. Tags the bag after the catch. Fakes a run to third, but holds at second. That one just hanging up in the breeze out in centre field. And that'll be the second out of the inning. And we are going to have a pitching change. It's going to be Nathan Skinner to come out of the bullpen for the Panthers. So we'll take a quick break while Nathan has his warm-up tosses, and we'll be back. So Nathan Skinner on the mound for the Panthers. Started the second grade game in left field and comes off the bench here. Sorry, Mitchell Skinner, not Nathan Skinner. Nathan Skinner's in left field. Mitchell Skinner started the second grade game in left field. And he's now in the game here as the relief pitcher. 47 and a third innings pitched. 28 runs conceded, 19 earned, 38 walks and 52 strikeouts, sporting a very tidy 3.61 ERA. He's going to face Rodney Van Buesen. Treg Habercorn standing at second base. And a big swing and miss from Rod to get this at bat started. 12 appearances, 4 of them starts for Mitch Skinner. He's given up 6 doubles, a triple and 2 home runs. Habercorn steals third base without a throw. So he's 90 feet away from adding to Manly's 4-3 lead. Mitch Skinner threw 2 innings and a third to take the loss in Wednesday night's game, giving up 5 runs, all earned on 4 walks and 3 hits. And Van Buesen punches that one into centre field, into the gap. Sean Washington cleans it up. It's going to be a long single for Van Buesen, but it's going to knock in Treg Habercorn. And Manly extend their lead out to 5-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. So Jules Kremer will bat. Struck out in the first, grounded out in the third. Love to be able to extend this inning for the Eagles. And that ball's going to be hit on the ground to the shortstop Nova. Throw across the diamond to first base, and that'll end the 4th inning. Manly Eagles retake the lead. They lead 5-3 after the 4th. Shohei Ariyama back on the mound for the top of the 5th inning. James Sammies lifts that ball into centre field. And 1 pitch, 1 out for the Eagles. Treg Habercorn with the catch. Just the start the Eagles would have wanted. And it's going to be Alex Johnson. Pitcher of record for the Panthers. Treg Habercorn will be charged to Johnson. And that pitch on the knees for strike 1. So 1 ball and a strike. Johnson giving up the 5 runs. Despite the 5th run coming in when Nathan Skinner came on to pitch. It'll be charged to Johnson. And he's now in the hole. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And an excuse me check swing goes foul. Johnson will see another pitch here from Ariyama. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that ball's going to be hit softly to Ariyama. Throws it to the big, tall first baseman, Connor McDonald, over there at first. And that'll be the first out of this inning. Second out of the inning, rather. It's going to bring up Kean Howard. Ground out to Newbold and a ground out to Jalen Ray so far. 329 hitter on the season, 20 games. 23 hits in 70 at-bats. Scoring 16 times. And knocking in 17. That pitch on the knees for strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a curveball there for strike 2. Ken Howard behind, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a swing and miss. And a quick inning for Ariyama. That's the shutdown inning he was looking for in the previous one. But he gets it this time, and the Eagles will head to the bottom of the 5th, 5-3. Yoshi Ubizawa will lead things off for the Manly Eagles, bottom of the 5th inning. 5-3 on the Pro Car Automotive scoreboard. Yoshi adds 2 singles so far. He's looking to do something very similar here. And he does something like that, but it's going to be a fly ball into centre field, this time caught by Sean Washington. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Umezawa. So Gabs Matto steps in. A walk and a single. And here's 2 at-bats. And he takes that first pitch for a strike. And that pitch pulled into left field. Michael McCarthy not able to pick it up. Nathan Sagina races it down. Wrong camera, sorry guys. So Gabs is the ball with a single on the left field. It's going to bring up Tom Newbold now for the Eagles. First pitch is away for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Tom Newbold hitting .222 on the season. 4 hits from his 18 at-bats with 5 runs scored. Couple of walks, stolen base and a triple to go along with 8 RBIs. One of several rookies that have made their impact this season. Check over at first on Gabs Matto. Nice bit of hitting there. And it's a good catch by Paul Riddle in right field. And with Matto on the run, on the hit, it's going to be a double play. And Penrith are going to finish the bottom of the 5th inning. Paul Riddle has been on fire today. Came up with a clutch RBI hit in the 3rd inning. And this time takes a reaching catch. Fires the ball straight back into the infield, and Alex Johnson's able to apply the tag. So after 5 complete, the Manly Eagles 5 lead the Penrith Panthers 3 on the Pro Car Automotive scoreboard. So pitching change for the Manly Eagles. It's going to be the dominating lefty, James Miller. Shohei Ariyama's afternoon is done. Bring you his stats in a moment. And Dennis Nova's going to lead things off for the Panthers. 3 for 3 so far today. And he's going to get one on the leg. So hit by pitch to start things. So Nova on base for a third time today. Running bunt by Sean Washington. Doesn't quite come off the way he had planned. And he'll be behind no balls and a strike. Dennis Nova taking off. James Miller going through his pre-pitch routine. Checks in for the signal. Tom Newbold now drawn in. Check over at first. Nova with only a step and a half off the base. And that pitch lifted high, but out of play. No balls and 2 strikes for Washington. Struck out and walked so far today. And that's just missing outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Don't forget, if you are watching live, feel free to drop us a comment, say g'day. If you've got any questions about anything baseball related, feel free to shoot them through. We'll try and find you an answer. As Washington takes a ball from Miller, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that ball's popped up, but again, out of play. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Sean Washington asks for time. James Miller just keeping a close eye on Dennis Nova at first base. Ball sliced into centre field. Habercorn's going to be underneath it. And Habercorn will take the catch corn. The can of corn rather. That'll be the first out of this top of the 6th inning. Another check over to first. Nova takes off, but he'll take second base without a throw. Nathan Skinner struck out in his first at-bat and singled into left field, knocking in a pair of runs. Dennis Nova now standing at second in scoring position. Big swing and miss by Nathan Skinner for strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Down in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Miller falling behind. Foul tip into the glove of Jules Kramer for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coming up on almost 2 hours of play here this afternoon. We're currently in the top of the 6th. So this game a little bit slower. And a 2-2 offering from Miller is fouled back. Another opportunity for Skinner to score a run for the Panthers. Halve this margin that they're currently facing. Miller with another opportunity for the second out of the inning. That ball's going to be lifted, but foul. Getting out of play. The pitch is going to be lifted into left field. Josh Beasley tracking back, and he makes the catch. And that is the second out of this 6th inning. Nice play by young Josh Beasley out in left field. Got back underneath it. Didn't drift with it. Made the catch for the second out. It's going to bring up Nathan's brother Mitchell. He was a replacement for Ray Tozer. He took Ray Tozer's spot in the lineup before performing the switch. And it's going to be a ground ball to Jalen Ray. Throw off balance and in time to Connor McDonald at first base. It's going to be the third out of the inning. Broken bat, little slow roller to Jalen Ray. Picked it up on the run and had a strong enough to throw, get the ball across the diamond for the third out of the inning. And that finishes the top of the 6th. Shut down inning by James Miller. 5-3. Manly Eagles lead heading into the bottom half of the inning. So Manly are going to send in a pinch hitter to take the place of Josh Beasley. It's going to be the second grade left fielder, Brendan Haythwaite. A couple of hits in the second grade game. See what he can do here this afternoon in first grade. He's behind no balls and one strike. So the book officially closed on Alex Johnson. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits, and all 5 runs charged to Alex Johnson. Haythwaite fouling that one off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A ball in the dirt from Skinner. Right idea, trying to get a swing out of Haythwaite, but he doesn't bite, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another pitch low out of the zone, filling up the count. 3-2. And that pitch up and away for ball 4, so it's a pinch hit walk for the new Manly left fielder. It's going to get Manly's best hitter back into the box in the form of Jalen Ray, looking for his first hit this afternoon. He's going to face Mitch Skinner for the first time. And Jalen lifts that ball high into the sky in right field. Paul Riddle running over, makes the catch. So a very busy day out there for Paul Riddle. A couple of good catches. He had a long way to run on a Treg Habercorn line drive, but has been very solid in right field. Ray the first out of the inning. Going to bring up Treg Habercorn for the Eagles. And he starts with a strike at the knees. No balls and a strike. Habercorn 2 for 2. Both hits into right field. And he also has a walk to his name. And that pitch hit hard, but only as far as Washington in centre field. That'll be the second out of the inning. So Mitch Skinner, despite the lead-off walk, he's able to pick up a couple of quick outs to get him 1 out away from getting through the 6th. But it'll be the very dangerous Connor McDonald, already with a 2-run home run to his name this afternoon. He fouls off his first pitch. Struck out in his first at bat, hit the home run, and then flew out to centre field. Misses that curveball from Skinner. No balls and 2 strikes for Connor Mack. Skinner a pitch away from getting out of this. Ball and 2 strikes for McDonald. Sorry, no balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2, 2 out. Brendan Haythwaite at first. And that ball hit hard into left field for a single. So McDonald extending the inning. And with runners on second and first, it will be Rod Van Busen. Pair of hits this afternoon. First one into right field, which scored the run. And then another one into centre field in the 4th. He's also flown out to the right fielder, Paul Riddle. He's had a pretty busy day, as we have mentioned. And that ball low. Ball 1. Rod, a silver medalist. Silver Olympic medalist. Also spent time in the LA Dodgers minor league system. And have a quick chat between catcher and pitcher. Just get themselves on the same page. So 2-0 here for Van Busen. Opportunity to extend the Manly Eagles lead. And that one's going to be punched through. Not through though. It'll be punched to Dennis Nova at shortstop. Fire across the diamond, who retire Van Busen, and that's going to end the 6th inning. Manly Eagles 5, Penrith 3. So Paul Riddle will lead things off. Lifts that one high into left field. Brendan Haythwaite will get underneath it and make the catch. It'll be the first out. One pitch, one out for James Miller. So 1 for 3 day for the right fielder for the Panthers. It's going to bring up the leadoff man, Lachlan McCarthy. Pitch inside for ball 1. Again, lifted into left field, but Brendan Haythwaite will make the catch. And that is 2 quick outs for James Miller. 3 pitches, 2 outs. Bring up James Sams for the Panthers. Bat with 2 out in the 7th. Inside for ball 1. So Miller falling behind. 2 balls and no strikes. 4 fly balls and a ground out so far for the Manly lefty. Mixes up speed and location very well and gets a 2-0 swing out of James Sammies. And he punches that one into left field. So 3 hitters, 3 balls into left field. Tells you something about the timing of the top of the order of the Panthers. And it'll bring up the Penrith first baseman, Alex Johnson. Lifts that one high, but foul out of the range of Gabs Matto. And Jimmy Miller is ahead, no balls and 1 strike. Penrith with 2 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Curveball lifted high into left field. Everyone waiting for it to fall. And it falls foul. Ray Tozer just telling Alex Johnson to find an alley rather than hitting it foul. So the 1-2, the 0-2 here from Miller. Another foul by Johnson. This time down towards the igloo cage. Counter will remain, no balls and 2 strikes. Miller looking for the 3rd out of this 7th inning. Goes through his pre-pitch routine. Sets atop the mound. And it's down in the dirt, keeping it out of the range of Alex Johnson. 2-2 now. Sorry, 1-2. The count. And that'll be hit onto the ground. Tom Newbold with the pickup. Toss across the diamond. And that is the third out of the inning. So James Miller works it around the 2-out single. And the Eagles will come up to bat in the bottom of the 7th. So Nathan Skinner is out for his 4th inning of work. Going to be Jules Kremer to lead things off for the Eagles. Haven't seen Leo say hello yet, so hopefully he's watching back in the Netherlands. One of our regular watchers. It's about 7 in the morning over there, if memory serves me correctly. As Jules fouls that one off. Jules is 0 for 3 for today, so he'll be definitely looking to break that duck egg. Pick himself up a hit to lead off this bottom of the 7th. And that'll hit him in the foot, so he'll get aboard. Didn't hit him in the ankle guard, much to his disappointment. But he'll take off and get up to first. And it's going to be Yoshio Mizawa. Swung a hot bat today. I think he's only seen about 4 pitches all game. He's had 2 singles and a fly out. Check over to first on Kremer rather. Gets a pouch full of dirt down the front of his pants. That pitch is away for ball 1. And that one is up from Mitch Skinner. 2 balls and no strikes. And there is a strike from Mitch Skinner. So back into the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. He fouls that pitch off. So it's the longest at bat of the day for Umezawa. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Japanese second baseman. And he punches that to the shortstop. Nova turns to 1. Turns to Kean Howard for 1. He fires across to Johnson for 2. And that is a ground ball double play for 2 outs. Kremer will be erased at second base. And that'll be all for Nathan Skinner. Ray Toes is going to go to his bullpen. Looks like it's going to be Cody Godbold. So while we wait for the pitcher to warm up, we'll take a break and we'll be back soon. So Cody Godbold for the Panthers will take over. Mitchell Skinner is done for the afternoon. So 3 very handy innings of work. Didn't concede a run, shut down the Manly offense. He's going to hand things over to Cody Godbold to close things out. And straight away, Godbold induces a ground ball from Matto, throws it across the first base, and that will finish the 7th inning. Manly Eagles 5-3 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. So we have our second pitching change in the matter of minutes. Manly going to their bullpen as well. Zach McAllister coming into the game. James Miller, 2 tidy innings. 4 fly ball outs, only 1 hit. And a couple of ground ball outs. Consolidate the 5-3 Manly lead. Zach McAllister, 13.2 innings pitched, sporting a reasonably decent 3.95 ERA. 16 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned, 10 walks and 15 strikeouts. So it'll be Kean Howard to lead things off. Takes a big swing at that first pitch. Kean is grounded out to the third baseman, Tom Newbold, the shortstop, Jalen Ray, and is also struck out. Takes that pitch in the dirt for McAllister for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Penrith down to their last 6 outs. McAllister puts it on the ground. Kean Howard. And that's the first out of this top of the 8th. Third ground out of the day for Kean Howard. Luke Brown has moved up to the bullpen. Because Corey has plenty of options to choose from. Plenty of bodies on the bench. Would expect we would see Nelson Phillips hitting somewhere in the next half inning. Dennis Nova takes strike 2 there. He also hadn't seen many pitches today. A couple of First pitch singles and a hit by pitch. And a curveball just missing. Probably high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he's punched that into centre field. And it's going to be taken there by Brendan Haythwaite. So 2 outs for McAllister. Busy afternoon since coming into the game for Brendan Haythwaite. That's his 3rd catch. 4th catch. It's going to bring up Sean Washington for the Panthers. Bat with 2 out. 0 for 2 on the day. Shows bunt but pulls it back. And takes strike 1. That ball in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Calcer just overthrowing there. 2 balls and a strike now. Just needs to find his rhythm, locate the pitch. And that one is lifted, but it will get out of play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Calster 1 pitch away from getting the Eagles to hit in the bottom of the 8th. Penrith down to their last 4 outs of this ball game. And that one falling 58 feet and bouncing over the glove of Jules Kremer. Washington drawing the count full. Second time this afternoon, he'll see a 3-2 pitch. Second at bat this afternoon. Walked in his second at bat in the 4th inning. 3-2 now coming from McAllister. And hit out of play, foul. Another chance for the Penrith centre fielder. And he bounces it short, so it'll be a walk. 2 out walk for Washington. And I'll bring up Nathan Skinner. So McAllister just losing a bit of focus. Trying to overthrow the ball. He's got 2 outs in his back pocket. Just needs to rely on his field to get the job done behind him. They've been very good this afternoon. And that's a called strike. Strike 1. Nothing to report from around the grounds today, as we are the only game in action. All other games were washed out yesterday. All under 18 games, including the Manly game. That ball gets away from Jules Kremer, but it will be a second strike. So McAllister with the curveball, getting the strike there. Washington moving up 90 feet in the scoring position for Nathan Skinner. He does have an RBI single today, along with a strikeout and a fly ball. McAllister a pitch away. And that will miss on the outside. So 1 and 2. Good location from McAllister. Trying to induce a false swing from Skinner. Skinner was patient enough and smart enough to leave it alone. And that one's going to be strike 3. And that will end the top of the 8th. And I'll bring up Tom Newbold, Brendan Haythwaite and Jalen Ray to bat in the bottom half of the inning. So we're in the bottom of the 9th here at Aquatic Ballpark, EBSN, Eagles Baseball Sports Network. It's going to be Tom Newbold to get things started. Potentially Manly's last turn at bat today. Currently lead 5-3. Only need 3 outs to put this one in the books and start 2020 with a perfect record. Cody Godbold fires in the first pitch ball. Tom Newbold is ahead, 1 ball and no strikes. And a punch up the middle by Newbold, picked up by Nova, thrown across to Johnson, first out of the inning. As you see, a couple of drops of rain on the first base camera there. Has been falling ever so lightly. That's my director of production, Andrew Logue, was adamantly telling me. Thankfully, we're under the shelter for now. That camera's too high and too far away to wipe down. And first pitch from Brendan Haythwaite is fouled off. No balls and 1 strike. Brendan Haythwaite hitting in the 9-hole in place of Josh Beasley. Luke Brown getting some tosses done in the first base bullpen. And it's going to be a broken bat single. Possibly an error. We'll see how the score is recorded. Andrew Logue's nodding his head at error. And Brendan Haythwaite will turn the lineup over for Jalen Ray. Hitless today. 0 for 3. And a walk. So let's see if he can break his duck. It's very rare that J. Ray Doesn't get a hit. It's in for strike one. And on the knees for strike two. Jalen Ray doesn't agree with the call from Billy Green. So Jalen finding himself in an 0-2 hole. Brendan Haythwaite with the lead at first. And that's in the dirt for ball one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Up and away. Got Bolt trying to induce the swing, but Jalen Ray's on task here. 2-2 now the count. And that one misses outside, so Jalen working the count all the way back to full. Ball 4 base hit situation. Excuse me. Been a long day. And he punches that to the shortstop Nova. Throws to Kean Howard for 1. And that'll be all they can get. Jalen Ray will be aboard on the fielder's choice, so he will officially be 0 for 4 today. Did pick up a walk. So it'll be Treg Habercorn to bat with 2 out. Jalen Ray with his lead at first base. Takes off. Habercorn fouls off. First offering from Cody Godbold. So Habercorn will get an 0-1 pitch. A walk. A pair of hits into right field for Habercorn. Checking on Jalen Ray at first. That pitch down for 1-1. So Habercorn with a 1-1 count. Jalen Ray with the lead at first. A rip down the right field line, but foul for Habercorn. One ball and 2 strikes now. Habercorn looking to score Jalen from first and extend this bottom of the 8th inning. Knock in a very important insurance run. No lead is safe in these games. Jalen takes off, but Habercorn fouls it off. Probably a pitch he could have left, but you don't take any chances. another chance to put this ball in play. Not missing by much is Habercorn. And just like that, the ball goes into right field. And it'll only be a single. Jalen Ray moving up to third base. That's good at bat there by Drake Habercorn. Jalen Ray going first to third. Put himself 90 feet away from another run for the Manly Eagles. And I'll bring up Connor McDonald. 2 for 4 on the day. One of those a big 2-run shot, which gave Manly the lead. Don't anticipate Drake Habercorn being on first for too long. Jalen Ray at third base. Check over at first by Godbold. It's keeping Habercorn close. And that one over to Paul Riddle in right field. Well, he's had a busy day and he hasn't missed that one. That's going to finish the bottom of the 8th. We're going to head to the top of the 9th. Manly 3/8 away of putting this one into the books. Manly not able to pick up any insurance run there. So after 8 complete, Manly Eagles 5, Penrith Panthers 3. So Zach McAllister back out on the mound. We're looking to close this game out. Preserve Manly's 2-run lead. He's going to have to get rid of Cody Godbold first up. And he does that on one pitch. Unassisted play there by Connor McDonald. One pitch, one out. It's been a recurring theme today. And it's going to be Paul Riddle. And I reckon he's been one of Penrith's best this afternoon. Made 4 big plays out in right field. And has also come up clutch on a couple of occasions. On one occasion, rather. It was an important 2 RBI single that he punched into the right side. But it has flown out to Yoshi Umezawa on this occasion. And Manly are 1 out away from this one getting done. And we're going to have to pack up pretty quickly because it has been sprinkling and we don't want to be packing up in the pouring rain. So McAllister, one out away, and it is Lachlan McCarthy at the top of the lineup. And there is a strike from McAllister, so 1 ball and 1 strike. If Manly can finish this, they will go to 11 wins, 11 losses and 1 draw. Will be 500 and only a game out of 4th place, 2 games out of 3rd place. The 4th place Borkham Hills side and the 3rd place Canterbury Vikings side, who were both washed out yesterday. And that ball is off the hands. Umezawa makes the catch, and that is the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Your Manly Eagles have taken the win 5-3. 5 very good innings by Shohei Ariyama, backed up by James Miller, who came out and got 5 fly balls and a ground out, and then Zach McAllister finishing it off, picking up the save. All-round performance from the Manly side, and they are 2 for 2 in 2020. Offensively, it was Treg Habercorn, 3 hits on the day. Rodney Van Busen with the pair of hits, and Yoshi Umezawa with a couple himself. Gabs Matto also doing a good job with the bat and getting the job done today. So the Eagles take this one, improve the 500 of the season. No games next week with the long weekend for Australia Day. We'll be back in action out at Campbelltown. So the long road trip, that'll be on the 29th of January. And then the Saturday round on the 1st of February. We'll be back in action here at Aquatic Ballpark on the 5th of February. We play the Ride Hawks, and it will be loaded potato night. So loaded potatoes and loaded fries. And then the following week, the Eagles are at Cronulla. And then back here for the final round against the Blacktown Workers. So 8 very important games for the Manly first grade. 4 very important games for the Manly grade teams. Seconds, thirds and under 18s all within a game or holding on to 4th spot on the season. Some big games coming up, so if you can't get to the ballpark, make sure you tune in. But we look forward to seeing you back here on the 4th of February when we take on the Riot Hawks on Loaded Potato Night. It's been a pleasure to bring this broadcast to you today. Very thankful that the rain has held off. We got all 3 games in. Once again, massive job by our ground crew today. Noel Markham, Michael O'Neill, Simon Loud. Also had the 3rd grade players out here foregoing their warm-up before the start of their game, making the final adjustments to the infield. They dropped a lot of dirt to soak up the water that was on the infield at the time. And we got 3 very good games of baseball in. Recapping, it was 3rd grade getting things done this morning. 16-1 victors. 2nd grade started slow, but built up and got a 7-0 shutout win. And you've just seen the Manly Eagles 1st grade side finish this one off 5-3. All teams undefeated in 2nd grade. In 2020. And if it wasn't for a washout yesterday, it would have been 5 from 5 for the Eagles. A perfect weekend of baseball. So we watched some of the highlights from today's game. Thanks for joining in this afternoon. On behalf of myself and my production manager, Andrew Logue, we look forward to bringing you more games very soon. But for now, it's good afternoon.